Okay. Let me just. Do, 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 hacking quiz. There we go. You can upgrade the VM to the less sort of. Please note that the upgrade may break backward compatibility. The virtual machine is encrypted using old encryption. Yeah, well, don't upgrade. Let's see if you could just open it. Yeah, that's what I would say too. You're more likely to break something. And then if that doesn't work, download it again and say yes. That's interesting. I'm on 17 and it was fine. So, curious. But yeah, okay, so it worked. Let's just say no then. All right, so in this quiz, just toggle back between these. Yeah, so it's going to look like this, basically. Okay. It looks all great, and then you don't get a command prompt. That's the way it's supposed to be because you're not really supposed to touch this thing. You're supposed to open up your Kali system and attack it from there. Okay. 17.5. Yeah, that would be it. I always stay down at 17. But really, 17 to 17.5, that's old encryption. Give me a break. Okay, so you say that you moved it when prompted. That's one thing. That's kind of important. Okay. The login is disabled, also kind of important. It's meant to be done using the VMnet 8 network. So that's the 202, right? You'll not be presented with a login prompt. This is all expected. And then what I ask you to do, I want you to scan that puppy using Nmap. I want you to find out its IP address. So you specify it here and you give me a screenshot of your actual command and output. Okay. Then use Nmap to identify versions of SSH and FTP running on the system. So those are the services. I want you to tell me what those versions are to show that you can read the results correctly and give me a screenshot of your command with the output. Okay. Now our goal is to log into the system and change the root passwords. So this is a bit of a guided exercise with me kind of letting you fill in certain gaps. Okay. There's 2 accounts with weak passwords that we want to leverage to gain access. On top of that, the FTP service gives us read-only access to a portion of the file system. The password file that we want to grab is accessible from anonymous FTP, but you got to find it. Okay. Now, I'm going to strongly suggest you use Internet Explorer for that because many of the FTP clients will not be able to get to that file, but IE can. Okay. So if you're wondering, how can I use Internet Explorer? Because Edge won't do it. You're going to have to use the Forensic Workstation should have IE on it still. So just run it from there, put it on VMnet 8, and go and visit it and poke around. Okay. I don't suggest you use FileZilla. I know that it won't really work very well. Identify the file that we're looking for, tell me what its name is, and take a screenshot of its location in the file system. Okay. Now that password file, I then want you to take, and I want you to run it over to crackstation.net, and I want you to crack the passwords that are there. Okay. So it does 20 at a time. So one set of 20 is enough for me, but you'll probably need them all. Well, you might or might not need them all. So anyways, crack them, but it's enough for me to see 20 cracks. And then using the SSH login scanner from Metasploit, I want you to figure out which of the username password combinations are accessible through SSH. So you're going to take the cracked hashes, combine them with the usernames and the passwords, and then you're going to try them all out. Okay. One of those should work. I want you to give me the name of the account that actually does log in through SSH and give me a screenshot showing you running that. Okay, so basically I want to see you running auxiliary scanner, SSH login with all the options set and the result. Okay. Then there's, once you get that SSH session, I want you to SSH into the system. And what we're going to do is try and figure out the Tor password. Okay, so there's an account on the system called Tor that's just root spelled backwards. Okay. It's an alternative root account, which they do that on FreeBSD. Now, the real root account has a strong password, but the Tor account has a weak password. And so we're going to try, and it can also log into FTP. We're going to try using the FTP login scanner with all of those passwords and see which one works with Tor. Okay, and then I want you to give me the result and also the output of your auxiliary scanner FTP login run. Okay, just to show that you can use the tools. Then SSH into the system using the account from step 5. So that would be the user that was able to SSH in. Log in as them, do an su-tour and become Tor. And then I want you to type password root to change the other root password. Okay. Now, this is a little confusing for people, but really because it just says, what password do you want? Type the password again, and it doesn't tell you if it's successful or not. It just drops into a command prompt. Okay. That means that it was successful. If it doesn't do those 3 items, if it doesn't say, put in a password, put it in again, and then give you a command prompt, then it didn't finish. Okay. So I'm looking for a screenshot of those items. I want to see that you changed the root password, essentially. Okay. At that point, you're done. So you got 2.5 hours for this. So there's class time, plus I give you a 30-minute buffer. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to screenshot. Sure. What does that mean? I don't understand. You gonna like blow a hole in your screen? What are you? One word versus 2 words? Nah. Look, I'm not getting corrected by this. It's spell check says I'm right, so I think I trust spell check more than I trust you. Okay, good luck, people. If you have any problems, I'll be here in the background. So, there's some things I can answer, some things I can't, right? But I'll tell you which one if you ask it. So, have fun. This should be frustrating and fun at the same time. So, go to it.